Greetings, and welcome to the Library of Deep Knowledge. I am Naho the Storyteller, and I have a tale to tell you. Today I am joined by two new members of the library. We have Sydbee.
Hi.
And Mr. Morsain.
Greetings as well.
They are going to be diving headfirst into the deep end of Tokyo Necro with me today. My apologies in advance.
Come on now.
I'm only apologizing because you aren't going to have any idea what's going on outside of the very basic, bare-bones structure that I told you about. And I don't want to spend an entire stream just going through the game's glossary. Because
That's completely valid.
Because
Yeah,
that would
that's
not
perfectly fair.
that wouldn't be great for the audience. Or maybe it would, I don't know. I think I could make reading a literal dictionary interesting if I tried.
I believe in you.
That's honestly a skill.
Even more so if I've got two other people to tag in for things.
Yeah, exactly. Works wonders, I swear.
Awesome dictionary commentary. I mean, glossary, whatever.
Same thing, honestly. So, the title screen has been getting things added to it every time we've cleared a route. The very first thing that got added was a song. And the system voice that has been talking here has been sounding less robotic and more, not necessarily human, but it's been speaking more than just saying, you know, searching or what have you.
I see. That's a very interesting, storytelling through even the menus, actually, which is definitely something that I appreciate, of course.
I mean, you saw the when I boot the game up, it goes to like an almost Windows DOS screen where you have to actually type in a command. Hello, Nubaki 1999. Welcome.
Hey, Nubaki, how are you doing? So let me also do this one. Okay, good. We're good.
Since it has come up, I will also mention the song and system voice here are a character in the game. It is...
Really?
I can't quite call it an artificial intelligence, but her name is Substance Concept, or Subcon for short. I can bring her up, at least.
I wasn't following you, I guess. I thought I was, huh? Or wait.
A mysterious girl who hijacks display devices throughout Tokyo to perform guerrilla concerts, considered by most to be a form of virtual idol, commonly referred to as simply Subcon. A consciousness which emerged from the mesh network and was given form by Hogyo Iria. The mesh network is a replacement for the internet, because the internet as we know it does not exist with the post-apocalypse.
Yeah, makes sense.
And this is what Subcon looks like whenever she's given form.
Oh, so an internet-type lolly, I see. I don't know, like, seems pretty interesting, honestly. Like, I do like the art direction that they have chosen to go with. From what I've seen as of right now, obviously. Seems quite intriguing.
Oh, I highly recommend this to anybody, honestly. Anything made by Nitro Plus, I am a huge mark for, and I will recommend endlessly.
Nice.
Okay, so
I should also note that Subcon is the only character that we have the game voice. You've been hearing her as the system voice, and you can kind of understand why just from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, unfortunately, Toslev, Morsain is just the two PNGs.
The veil of reality proves to be a bit stronger in these parts of the cosmos.
Such is the Library of Deep Knowledge, unfortunately.
Or fortunately.
Okay, what
Their
happened?
UI and stuff so far has been like super awesome, actually.
Yes.
And we were talking about it, but like, dang, I kind of love it.
Okay, this was a scene change. We are now following Sohn. I'm able to tell who is currently the protagonist by the shape of the text box.
Huh.
If it's
Okay.
if it's a rectangle like this, it's Sohn. If it's oval shaped, it's Ethica, and if it's neither of those, it's third-party narration.
Ooh.
May I intervene just a tiny bit?
Yes.
Daslev, who the fuck are you calling the Nihilgan fraud? You little weevil. I know you. And since I know you, I also know your name. Tread carefully the next moment you step into the sanctum, you dear coward. There we go. Okay, sorry for this. I have to give the Void Savants some tough love sometimes.
Absolutely understandable. You know how much effort I have to put into keeping all these books in line?
Fair
It's
enough.
it's
I
less than
do-
you think because the curator does most of it.
Valid. That's completely valid.
All right, let's get this going. I've been Sohn this whole time. I don't think that's going to change. What I initially thought to be a dream turns out to be painfully real. A resounding explosion jolts me awake. The sheets next to me are cold. Mitsumi's reassuring warmth has left them. As I get up and shake off the drowsiness, Mitsumi's already putting on her gear while consulting her konri to get a grip on the situation. Konri is Connect Ring. It's essentially, literally a ring that you wear on your finger that is your terminal to the mesh network.
I see.
I myself have never found getting out of bed to be much of an issue, but the speed with which Mitsumi sprang into action puts even me to shame. What was that just now?
She looks. I assume they just porked.
You assume correctly. We are on her route currently. She is,
Okay.
usually very stoic and socially awkward individual who like Sohn, kind of lives only for battle. But while Sohn fights purely with efficiency in mind, she fights with beauty in mind. Sohn dual wields specially designed pistols for close range combat. She wields straight up a katana.
I gotcha.
If you need voice guidance,
テロだ。都内で同時多発的に爆発が起こった。
she's very serious and doesn't have much of a sense of humor because humor has never really come up in her life.
Oh, I gotcha. Poor girly. Okay. A terrorist attack. There's been multiple simultaneous explosions throughout the city.
An uneasy feeling coils around my heart, but I do my best to ignore it as I climb out of bed. I glance at my konri and check the news. A living dead attack?
It's time to do what we do best.
Mitsumi is part of a rival Living Dead Stalker agency. that is staffed entirely by herself and her brother. At this point, it's really just her. Her brother's still there, technically. But he has long since devolved into a living dead himself. And she just kind of takes care of him.
That's sad.
No,
Every
yeah.
every now and then he'll like go back into the warehouse that they live in. He'll go into the back, grab his old katana, and start trying to practice forms.
Huh.
His mind is basically not there anymore, and he does stuff off of reflex. He will not attack Mitsumi because she's the one who brought him back.
So it's kind of like
The living dead will
Alzheimer's in a way.
follow the orders of whoever brought them back.
Okay. Standard necromancy.
It's necromancy through science. Corpses are
Yeah.
injected with a substance called lemures, which on its own will reanimate them. Necromancers have mastered an art, and everyone, you can kind of tell who the living dead belongs to by, looking at the finer details, kind of like how you'd be able to tell what artist made a painting.
Yeah.
Some are better than others, some put more work into it than others. The most dangerous ones, living dead, might be almost completely indistinguishable from a living person. One of the surest signs is the color of their blood, which would be a dusky, dark red instead of the more vibrant that it would normally be. But even that isn't 100% because the best necromancers can account for that and put dye in the blood to make it appear normal.
Gotcha. So like the blood is like older, more oxidized, and so it's like darker in color.
Yeah.
Stuff there. I gotcha.
That's an inspiring technique of the scientists. I see.
One thing that they aren't able to really change is that a fresh living dead still has all of its memories and functions. Let's go with functions. But even the best necromancers aren't really able to keep those intact, the memories, the personality, perfectly for any longer than 2 weeks. There's at least one exception to that, where a man's love was so strong for his wife that kept him himself for 2 years. However, he doesn't remember who he's in love with, just that the love is so strong, which is very sad.
It is.
That's heartbreaking.
The one thing I got off track. The one thing that you absolutely can't fix is that humans have an instinctive aversion towards corpses as far as being attracted to them. So
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty normal.
yeah, but that becomes like an actual plot point here, where the living dead, even if they don't know they're a living dead, something about it will stop them from having relations with them, because their body knows something is wrong.
Yeah, the uncanny valley effect, I guess, or at least some semblance of it.
In this route, Soun is fine. Ethica has been a living dead for a bit, and has been trying to deal with the problems of being a living dead. The routes that we have already done, Konsu's route, both Soun and Ethica ended up living dead, which had a lot of issues of its own, and we did Kiriri's route, where Ethica was alive and Soun was living dead. So the only routes we have left to do are Mitsumi's, which we're on right now, where Soun is alive, Ethica is a living dead, and Iria's, where I can only assume both of them are alive.
I sure hope so.
Because
Give them the ending that they deserve.
the choice that you make for each character directly determines whether they live through that situation or don't.
Gotcha. Darn, like if something like this like kind of happened, that would be terrifying for like you to just like lose yourself over time, like speed running Alzheimer's and stuff. It reminds me of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease or CJD, like prions, how they like turn on, you lose a little bit more into yourself until you become non-functional. That's what it reminds me of, and I'm like, oh no, it's heartbreaking.
It also kind of reminds me the lore of Dark Souls, the Hollows, how with its death they lose more and more of their humanity, ending up as thralls, a shadow of their former selves.
Yeah, it's a very similar thing.
Okay.
In Kiriri's route specifically, the only thing Soun still was holding on to was his love for Iria. Otherwise, he was just an empty puppet who didn't really know much of anything. He knew he had to listen to his master, and he knew that he loved Iria, but he wasn't able to really think past that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Engulfed by raging flames and scalding steam, Tokyo has been thrown into utter chaos. The streets have been flooded by a swarm of living dead that stalks the night in search of prey. This is clearly the work of the necromancer.
Soun? Is that how you pronounce it?
Soun.
Soun.
Yeah.
Soun, we need a car.
Wait. I see an out-of-control car running over several pedestrians before swerving off-road and crashing into a pipe. The ear-splitting crash damages the pipe and sends hot steam spraying throughout the vicinity. The nearby people scream in agony as the steam scorches their flesh.
I can barely watch.
Tragedies like this one are likely occurring all across Tokyo. As cars would normally keep a safe distance from people during times of emergency, what I just witnessed tells me that the automatic vehicle network has collapsed. Even if we did miraculously find a vehicle with manual controls, the roads would be blocked. And that's not even mentioning the frantic crowd of fleeing civilians that fill the streets. Forget the cars. We're better off going on foot.
You're right. It's not a tremendous distance, at any rate.
The real problem is what to do once we're back at the agency. Necromancers aren't particularly rare, but the majority of them stick to earning a modest living as bodyguards to the Yakuza or the Chinese Mafia. Only a handful would be capable of orchestrating an attack of this magnitude. This is Ryoko, the head of the agency that Ethica and Soun are part of. She is the team mom, and she is very mommy.
Mommy.
Like, she is
Oh.
maximum ara.
Oh,
That's-
maternal figure, I see.
Yes.
Oh, lordy.
For the record, that one living dead whose love was so strong that it kept him going for 2 years, this is his wife.
Oh. I got you. That's somebody you love.
A lady that
Son!
can raise the dead. Sorry.
You're good.
Ryoko, are you safe?
More of less. More of less? What the fuck? How about you?
You can try that line again.
More or less. How about you?
Are you able to, like, try to give it a more motherly quality to it?
Mommy, how do you? More or less. How about you?
そっちは
More of? Oh lordy, I'm a little nervous, sorry.
It's okay.
More or less. How about you?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
I'm at the Grande Silenzio Hotel. Mitsumi's with me.
That's reassuring. Could you get her on too?
I invite Mitsumi to the call with a multi-flick.
I got word from Ethica. She's at the military police HQ. Apparently, Milgram claimed responsibility for the attack. Milgram?
Milgram is essentially the big bad as far as necromancers go. He is not necessarily the big bad of any roots.
Oh.
He might be for this one, I don't know, but he definitely wasn't for the other two. In fact, when I was pre-stream, the first command I typed into the DOS thing, Necro, that brought up like an ASCII wanted poster, that was of Milgram.
Oh, I got you.
Mitsumi is currently working with the with Soun and Ethica because she wants specifically a chance to bring down Milgram for revenge.
I'm afraid so.
He's alive?
Ethica thinks he might have escaped the ship in Cactus.
Let's see if this pronounces it.
シータスで脱出したんじゃないか
Cetus.
Cetus. Ethica thinks he might have escaped the ship in a Cetus. Where's he now? Tell me!
Hoping to quell the flames of Mitsumi's rage, Ryoko answers in a slow, measured tone.
I'm still trying to figure things out, but it might take a while. For the time being, I'd like you to come back to the agency and...
A low, guttural moan interrupts our conversation with Ryoko. Did he survive that crash from earlier?
No.
It's not really coming through very clearly.
Okay, shit. Hold on, let me.
The man begins shambling toward us. Aside from the gaping hole in his chest, the severe burns caused by the steam have turned parts of his skin white.
He's dead.
Mitsumi's right. No one could have survived these wounds. And yet, the man continues to hobble toward us. Living dead.
This isn't looking good, so...
Mitsumi gracefully sidesteps the lo-fi lurching at her and decapitates it using her thermokarambit. The creature's severed head growls a set of incomprehensible sounds. It hasn't died yet, but that should hardly be a surprise. The living dead continue to function as long as their brains remain intact. No hard feelings. I firmly crush his head underfoot. I don't let it get to me, though. Sentimentality will only get you killed in this harsh, cruel world. Especially when you're a living dead stalker like me. There's only one question still lingering in my mind. Was this man dead from the start?
I have yet to see a ghoul that could drive a car.
But then, I halt mid-sentence, having come to a terrifying realization. Many of the lo-fis roaming the streets look like they've been dead for a while now. But among them, I notice plenty of others with fresh blood on their clothes. Their deaths must have been very recent. Collectively injecting lemures into such a large amount of people is no easy task. Instead, it's almost like their corpses are turning into living dead on their own. Iria can hear Subcon cry out in pain. The massive tone graph before her flickers aggressively. It displays a three-dimensional map of the city built from a variety of aggregated data, including mesh network activity, energy and population levels, and so on. Each component is collected in real time and displayed in the form of rainbow-colored lights, allowing Iria to easily monitor every aspect of the city, and get a solid, immediate grasp of Tokyo's dire situation. So, Iria, Hogyo Iria, she almost seems like she comes from this Tokyo's distant past, with the fact that she speaks like an otaku from around like 2015. She, you know what? Gallery database. Can you?
Yeah, this is actually kinda canon because 2015 seems to be like ancient history at this point. Thank you for
Lord.
reminding me that I'm old as well.
An amnesiac girl who claims to have the same name as a famous virtual environment designer. Extremely familiar with otaku culture from the late 20th and early 21st centuries, occasionally using slang that no one around her understands. Was held in the Ikebukuro Child Protection Center as a child, used in human experiments. These experiments granted her enhanced empathy. While at the Ikebukuro CPC, she was close friends with Konsu, known as Risa at the time. After escaping, she lived with Sori Ayuka in The Fortress. She is the sole human able to make contact with Substance Concept due to her enhanced empathy. And this be what she looks like.
That your skirt is short.
Her manner of dress is incredibly out of place.
I got. She's from the past.
She's not from the past, she's just obsessed with it.
I gotcha.
She is no longer an amnesiac by this point, for the record.
Oh, I got you.
And she sounds exactly how she looks.
Matsui. This isn't looking good.
She brings up a call window. External calls made by the Empire Energy Corp are monitored by the advanced Aegis system. Teslev, no, because she actually lives it. She owns it and interacts with it. Not a LARPer at all. Despite the heavy restrictions placed on any outgoing transmission from the Megafloat, the current situation has called for some level of leniency. In light of her vital role in helping to realize the Tokyo Rebirth Project, Iria received unique privileges from Sophia Kawarazaki, allowing her to make calls to the outside. So, the Tokyo Megafloat is a place where the elite live. It's off the coast of Tokyo in the bay. The entire thing is made up of a special material that you can just program and it will build itself. The people who live there also are in charge of supplying the energy to the rest of Tokyo, hence the Empire Energy Corporation. Sophia is the CEO, and she has enlisted Iria to help with the Tokyo Rebirth Project, which we don't have all the details on, but what we assume is that it will help. I mean, it's kind of in the name, is it not?
Yeah.
Make sure that Tokyo is prosperous again, hopefully to pre-war levels. Using the smart material, and I believe she wants to. The reason she enlisted Iria is because Iria can contact and communicate with Subcon, and if Subcon is a construct that lives on the internet, and smart material is essentially alive, get Subcon to inhabit the smart material as her body. And with Iria at the helm to communicate, to shape the world eventually. Does that make sense?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Reminds me of some kind of, like if Marizoa from One Piece was also a battery.
Ryoko, can you hear me? And another character.
That's Ryoko. It's Ryoko again.
Oh, wait, mommy?
Yes.
Oh, loud and clear.
You know. Let's see here.
Oh, she is mommy.
Oh, yes.
The phrase, perhaps a little too sexy for her own good. And this was her husband.
Oh boy.
An
what?
absolute
I can
unit.
see it.
Absolute unit is exactly it.
Bro is swole.
A single look at the on-screen Ryoko makes it clear that she hasn't slept in a while. But this is no time to worry about such things.
Is everyone okay?
Tokitaka.
Tokitaka's here with me at the agency. Soon and Ethica are out in the city, but should also be fine. How are things on your end?
Oh man, you are really struggling with that.
I know.
I mean, don't push yourself, I guess.
Maybe also try to hydrate a bit. To
Okay.
keep your.
And just so we know who Tokitaka is. Let's see here. Oh no, I don't remember his first name.
Damn, the CDM slaps.
Mm-hmm.
Sakiri, no. Oh man, how sad would it be if he straight up didn't have an entry in here?
We would be lacking a visual aid.
Nanoskin condom spray.
There we go.
Okay.
I just saw his sniper rifle and I'm like, oh, his name's probably in there. And yeah,
A math fetishist.
with a sharp
I
tongue.
love his fit.
Not many people get along with him. He is literally turned on by numbers.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh.
have you seen the number 8? It's so curvy.
I mean, ladies got a point.
Fine for the most part.
Thank goodness. I was worried they might end up targeting you.
Don't worry, I got top-notch security here.
Iria, what exactly is going on right now?
Oh, Disaster Woman, Konsu.
私も一緒にいい
Shy. I'm not surprised, but there's so many women!
The one word that comes to mind when I see the photo of the character is small, like SMOL.
Yes,
Small.
yes,
Yes.
and she's wearing what's essentially a latex nurse outfit.
Okay.
That's just what she wears. She's just comfortable with it.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, pop off, girly, I guess.
The one time she was forced to
yeah.
leave the house, she had like an entire thing of tactical gear, but the camouflage was pandas.
Okay, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Highly skilled hacker, her true face is that of an information broker. Complete shut-in who never leaves her home.
Mind if I also join in?
Konsu enters the call. Ryoko has relied on Sue's assistance time and again whenever she needed an expert of intel analysis. Iria knows that. And besides, she's met her in person, too. She's someone to be trusted, that much is certain. But there's something about her that still bothers Iria. Even though she's already regained her memories, Iria can't quite shake the feeling that there's something else she hasn't remembered just yet.
Should I leave? Please don't. I'm well aware of your expertise. And we're in a race against the clock right now. Your help will be more than appreciated. Okay. I'll do my best.
Konsu stutters way more than that.
Okay, gotta do it more.
Like
わかった。頑張る。
like even the first one here.
私も一緒にいい？
More stuttering.
Iria, can you give us a quick rundown on the situation?
A series of simultaneous explosions across Tokyo had completely paralyzed the city's infrastructure. I'm seeing reports of heavy casualties coming in from Neo, Rio, and Kaku, and every other government institution as well. Even the military police have been attacked and had their gunships destroyed. Oh, jeez. They must have used Hyphas as sleeper agents.
Hi-Fis.
Hi-Fis.
Yeah, so...
Lo-Fis, Hi-Fis.
So the Living
I
Dead...
noticed they were saying Lo-Fi.
Yeah, the Living Dead can be separated into two categories. Lo-Fis, which are simply injected with lemures, and then that's it. And Hi-Fis, who have had quite a bit of work done on them. Hi-Fis are either used for infiltration, and are made to look as living as possible, or they're used for assault and are essentially cyborgs that are just kitted out with as many weapons and armor and metal pieces as possible.
Am I noticing some kind of a music motif here with the lo-fis and the hi-fis and these kinds of terminology? Am I catching this right?
And I see something about gorilla concerts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with Subcon. Well, I think it's meant on a more literal sense of high fidelity and low fidelity, as far as the amount of effort put into the Living Dead themselves.
I see.
Like, you see a lo-fi and you're like, yup, that's a zombie. You see a hi-fi and you either don't think anything of it, or you go, what the fuck is that?
Oh.
Yeah.
An example of a hi-fi is literally one completely covered in... Its skin is bulletproof armor, and it's got 8 arms with a gun in each hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Gun spider.
Still humanoid looking, and like 10 feet tall.
Dang.
It was very obviously multiple dead bodies combined into whatever that was. Yeah. A reasonable assumption. There's no other way to pull off a terrorist attack of this scale.
And when those living dead attacked at the same time, all hell broke loose. I'm counting at least, what? 10,000 dead.
As Iria recoils at the sheer level of senseless violence she's seeing in the city, Ryoko goes on in a calm, collected tone.
And that number's only going to climb higher.
Ryoko, the only necromancer capable of something like this.
He's already announced himself to the military police. It's Milgram. The single most wanted necromancer in Tokyo has once again showed himself to try and put a stop to the Tokyo Rebirth Project.
Iria bites into her lower lip with enough force to nearly break the skin. That's Konsu's house.
I see she
Oh,
likes
boy.
CRTs.
Yes, she does. Look at that, just trash bags and wires everywhere.
She would be friends for the big guy from Steins Gate.
Yeah, definitely.
She and Daru absolutely would be friends. You are right.
I was thinking about Mr. Braun, but Daru too.
She'd probably buy stuff from Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
For sure.
Don't worry, Ira.
Iria.
Iria.
Yeah. Konsu's definitely behind all of those. Knees up to her chest, literally drooling on her keyboard. With energy drinks on the desk next to her.
I wonder when's the last time she took a shower.
Good question.
Yeah, let's not think about this too much.
I'm just saying, what I was saying there is literally how we see her normally. Like, whenever they show a close-up of her, it's her knees up to her chest in her chair, empty cans of energy drink next to her, literally drooling over her keyboard.
Reminds me of this one scene of in Cowboy Bebop. You know, the guy with the goggles.
Ah, yes. Cowboy Bebop sitting at his computer. As that stupid screenshot says. Radical Edward. Yeah, her. Anyway. Sue addresses the on-screen image of Iria. She likely feels responsible for Milgram's actions. But at the same time, Iria herself is also the key to stopping this. Unless they can somehow help her regain her composure, the chaos unfolding in the city will only continue to worsen.
We have dealt with situations like this countless times before. Right, Ryoko?
Exactly. Analyze the situation, then form an effective countermeasure. Once we relay it to my highly talented agents, Once we relay it to my highly talented agents, you can rest assured they'll carry it out. We got this under control.
Okay.
Iria is very much aware of how skilled Soun and the other members of the agency are. Ryoko herself is a trained professional capable of issuing swift and straightforward commands, which is exactly what they can and must do right now. Morsain, I don't like doing this, but I'm going to give Milgram to you. Whenever,
Okay, sure.
if and when he pops up. I say I don't like doing this because I like being Milgram.
Yeah, no, makes complete sense. Don't even sweat about it. I'm going to try my best.
Judging by the distribution of casualties across the city, the living dead appear to be moving in well-organized groups.
Oh, yeah, while I'm at it. Just... This is him.
Whoa. He kind of bad.
I love the drip, honestly.
Yeah, same. I think Milgram is the
Yeah.
single coolest character in this.
Yeah.
Once we kill the necromancer leading them, things will improve. The military police should also have an easier time picking them off if they're disorganized.
Is Milgram the one controlling them?
Considering their sheer numbers, it's the only logical conclusion. After the amphibious assault ships...
I was not expecting this collection of words, my bad.
After the amphibious assault ship sank... Okay. After the amphibious assault ship sank, he must have kept himself hidden somewhere. It's likely the same place where he plotted the vice-governor's abduction.
Rorschach, while disguised as a human trafficking black market broker, borrowed the amphibious assault ship they saw anchored at the fortress from Amachi Juichiro. Every time a new important name comes up, I gotta bring up the database.
With a name like Rorschach. Oh.
Holy boobies!
Momo usually refuses to let anyone else voice her.
That's fair.
For the record,
I can't imagine why.
The thermokarambit knives that Mitsumi has right now were hers.
Okay.
Originally claimed to be a human broker named Olga, well versed in both combat and necromancy, injects nanomachines into her opponents through the blade of her thermokarambit, allowing her to interfere with their perception of the world. Immortal as a result of human experimentation.
Immortal.
She hasn't aged in 100 years.
Oh.
Dang.
A member of the laboratory and the suicide wannabes because she hates still being alive. But will not end her own life.
Valid. Okay.
And Amachi Juichiro. Look at this slimy old man.
You may call him slimy, but I kinda need the code IRL.
A legendary
reasons.
entrepreneur and premier figure in the world of military robot development, founder of Amachi Robotic Industries, a super elite who has hidden himself away from the outside world in The Fortress. Behind the scenes, he runs a sexoroid business catering to VIPs, created a miniature-scale mesh network within the Fortress, and transferred his consciousness into it in an attempt to make contact with Subcon. Subcon rejected him so hard. And I mean so hard that he literally got deleted from the rejection.
Damn. A grimy guy, damn.
Yeah. By the way, this is the Fortress.
Oh! I see the bondage and the ball gag and...
The whip and the candle, yeah.
Yeah.
It gets worse the closer you get, but yeah.
Mm.
It looks...
Somehow I do not doubt it.
It looks like a fucking amusement park, and you go in there and it looks like just regular people are enjoying an amusement park. But every single person in there is a sexoroid.
Ah.
Hi, Momo. We wish you could be joining us today because we have both of our new people here and no one else.
Hello. Greetings.
And I've been struggling to introduce them to the world of Tokyo Necro 3 roots deep.
Hello, Momo. Nice to meet you.
We're here for the vibes. Yay.
In other words, that ship wasn't Milgram's true base of operations. Konsu grabs a can of Crazy Dragon from her fridge before continuing with her mental deduction. Tokyo's pipe runners are equipped with security cameras under the pretense that they're for protecting the city's essential utilities and infrastructure. In reality, though, they're glorified spy cameras used to monitor the populace. The footage they record is sent to the military police's own database, allowing for the quick and easy comparison of wanted criminals with existing records. Well, Momo, I hope you get the rest you need. But also, like, why not watch the stream while you get your rest? Keep yourself caught up a little bit, maybe. As Milgram has never been caught on their surveillance network, it's safe to assume his hiding place is located somewhere beyond city limits. Wait a second. Milgram's not the only one in hiding. Konsu starts furiously clacking away on her mechanical keyboard. She combs through the countless images scattered about the mesh network at a speed much faster than multi-flick gestures, or even a brainwave mouse would allow. conjecture, collect, analyze, conclude. In a mere 10 seconds, it becomes clear that her hunch was indeed correct.
Look at this. A picture of the living dead? They're not well preserved, like hi-fis. Milgram opted to use low-fis for the sheer numerical advantage they provide. But there's one way he could have acquired such a large number of corpses just from Tokyo alone.
Can I ask you to try that again?
Yes.
Because you said there's one way he could.
One way. No way. I got you.
But there's no way he could have acquired such a large number of corpses just from Tokyo alone. Huh?
Iria's eyes widen in shock. Tokyo may be a populous metropolis rife with death and danger, but even so, securing this amount of corpses in a single week without anyone noticing would be physically impossible.
Then where did all the corpses come from? Old Tokyo.
A quick analysis of the living dead's clothes revealed that they were mostly manufactured a good 50 years ago.
You mean that they were dug up from the permafrost? Probably, yes. Although they're not all corpses from the war, obviously. Milgram must have been planning this for a long time. Iria, can you access the satellites?
Mankind's scientific and technological level has been stagnant for the past 100 or so years. As a result of the mare epidemic, launch facilities near the equator were closed down without exception, with only a few century-old satellites now remaining in orbit. These days, a mere handful of megacorporations hold exclusive control over these satellites and the window to outer space they represent. The Empire Energy Corp, being the primary dominant force in the Far East, is one such megacorporation.
I think I can. Please, I'd like you to grant me direct access to it.
Even through the screen, Iria's discomfort is palpable. Sue's asking her to hand over, albeit temporarily, the kind of authority that could potentially shut down the whole of Tokyo's infrastructure. Anyone would be taken aback by a request like hers. However, in order to protect the city, Sue needs to find a way to win over Iria's trust, no matter how terrified she may be of revealing her true identity. The gnawing fear that Iria would condemn her upon learning the truth forces Sue to hesitate. But right now, her only chance at winning Iria's trust is to reveal her other eye.
Oh. I thought she was just wearing it to be like, that anime with the...
Also, she's not stuttering anymore.
Oh, yep. Oh, yeah, she's not.
The stuttering is literally a thing that she forces herself to do.
Huh.
Oh. Concealing identity?
So,
防御イリアお願い私を信じて
Tokyo Iria, I'm begging you to trust me.
Iria's eyes widen just a tiny bit, almost as if she's caught a brief glimpse of an afterimage from the past. Knowing full well how irrational it is, Konsu nonetheless wishes with all her heart and soul for her feelings to reach Iria.
Please. All right. I'll trust you. Thank you.
Placing her eye patch back on, Konsu returns to her usual self. She has no time to savor the overwhelming relief she feels. Not now.
Like this? Yeah. I'll do my best.
Having received the necessary permissions from Iria, Sue begins tapping away on her keyboard. The Empire Energy Corp's internal communications network is outdated compared to the mesh network, but that's hardly something to slow Sue down. If anything, she's in her element now. She inputs a set of long-since deprecated commands to access the satellite, and uses the synthetic aperture radar to pull up images of Tokyo's vicinity. All she needs is the raw data, and the rest should be child's play. She continues to frantically analyze every single detail, and before long, she finds what she's been looking for.
Is this the old Tokyo detention house?
The further you get from the hot pipes that run along the old Yamanote line, the lower the temperature drops, and the scarcer the population becomes. The area beyond the Arakawa River is essentially a desolate wasteland, with the soil around the old Tokyo detention house covered in layers of permafrost. There are some large differences in terms of its extent, though.
Were the bodies dug up? Apparently. The bodies that couldn't be cremated after the war were buried here. Little by little, he buried the corpses he had accumulated and stored them underground.
Gotcha!
On
the screen, Yuri's eyes light up.
Then all we gotta do is send in Suon and Ethica so they can go kick Milgram's butt! Soon.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's So-un.
So-un.
Like, you do pronounce the separation between so and un.
So-un.
Ryoko, can we count on you?
No answer. When Iria finally glances at the screen, she sees a paralyzed Ryoko, her eyes wide open in shock.
What went wrong? Doesn't it seem like the living dead are gaining in numbers? Gaining in numbers?
Curious, Iria looks at the hologram.
You're right. I'm seeing a district where there had been a sudden spike in their numbers.
How is that possible?
I'm not sure, but I've just picked up about 300 new living dead in Yotsu.
That much?
What an amazing face.
I love it.
I think it looks weirder than it actually is because of the eye patch.
Yeah.
But it looks like her eye is just popping out of her head.
Now that you mention it, I can only see it that way.
The decision that they made to have her look full face instead of just, at the very least, make her turn like on 3/4, you know? I think that this might be in place here.
The pace of their numerical growth is nothing short of unprecedented. Lo-fis may be easy to create, but even in their case, injecting lemures into each corpse requires a certain amount of time. The only method capable of reanimating this many bodies at the same time would be
Lemieux's gas.
Even Ryoko herself is surprised by the phrase that suddenly bubbled to the forefront of her mind.
Lemur's gas?
Yes. It's a biological weapon developed during the Sino-American War, composed of vaporized lemurs that are meant to be decimated through the air. Decimated through the air.
Disseminated.
Ooh. Disseminated! Okay, cool.
That is, yeah. It's capable of simultaneously turning an entire area's corpses into the living dead.
What
Ooh.
an actual hellscape that war must have been.
Yep.
Oh boy.
That would explain a lot of things.
Keeping her eyes glued to the hologram, Iria nods firmly.
New lo-fis did seem to pop up in a circular pattern, but looking at it, the wind is carrying the gas a little further.
But I've never heard of anything like that. It was treated as a classified information by the Self-Defense Army. The research itself was meticulously covered up. There was a gas leak incident at the University of Tokyo during the Sino-American War. Of course, only a select few people even know that it happened.
We don't, you guys don't know Kiriri yet, but, Kiriri, was, or just Kiri for short, is, Ethica's adopted sister, and, Kiri's mom was killed in that incident that was just mentioned.
Oh, did she ever find out?
In another route, yeah.
Oh.
The only reason Ryoko knows about it is because she heard it directly from Ikkatsu.
Naturally, stopping Milgram should be our utmost priority. But in order to prevent a further increase in casualties, we should also try to find a way to stop the Lemur's gas.
How is it being injected into the atmosphere?
That I do not know. Looking at things in chronological order, it seems like the source of the Lemur's gas is constantly on the move.
In order to infect as many bodies as possible, they'd certainly need to keep moving. However, the city is currently in a state of disarray. With most roads blocked off, it's highly unlikely that they're dispersing the gas using a car of some sort. Gunship. They must be using a gunship.
Gunship.
Especially considering how rapidly the source seems to be moving. It would be more reasonable to assume they're either using a strider or even a pipe runner.
Welcome back.
Hearing the sound of the door opening, Ryoko turns around and immediately freezes up. He got past the agency's security system. Which is why Ryoko responded with her usual greeting without even bothering to check who it was. However, the man who enters the room has the body of a centaur.
Rio!
The bullet from the man's spear-like rifle shatters the papyrus displaying the video feed from Yuria. Wasting no time, Ryoko reaches for the Sig Sauer P-234 hidden under her table and aims it at the intruder. Judging by his appearance, the creature is likely one of the many hi-fis created by the suicide wannabes. His massive four-legged body positively dominates the room. It seems unlikely that Ryoko would stand any chance in a fight with nothing but a handheld automatic pistol to rely on. Her mind frantically searches for answers. How can she survive this? Why is the agency's security system down? Why? She's unable to pull the trigger. The intruder's movements are powerful, aggressive, and strangely nostalgic. Ryoko's body is hurled backwards, with the intruder stabbing his spear into the wall right next to her ear. Hearing the masked beast's otherworldly groan, Ryoko finally realizes the obvious. Only a select number of people are authorized to freely enter the agency. Ryoko, Soun, Ethica, Tokitaka, Iria, Mitsumi, and one other person, gone but hardly forgotten, whose authorization has remained intact to this day. He was once human, but no more. She immediately recognizes the mask covering his face. Though somewhat remodeled, it's the exact same one that once saved her life.
Ikkatsu?
Her pistol falls to the ground.
Ikkatsu. It's you, isn't it?
She knows she's right. She has to be. The creature could very well decapitate her any second now, yet Ryoko's heart knows no fear. With trembling fingers, she timidly reaches for the intruder's mask. Ryoko?
Ikkatsu, you came for me, didn't you?
She knows their reunion is impossible. Ryoko, too, has heard Soun's report of what transpired aboard the amphibious assault ship. Ikkatsu was turned undead by Milgram and his necromancy. And when the ship sank to the bottom of Tokyo Bay, so did Ikkatsu. She's listened to it over and over again. Rationally thinking, there's no way he could have returned from the clutches of that deep, dark sea. Such a thing would outright defy common sense. However, Ikkatsu was precisely the kind of man to whom common sense did not apply. She feels the breath of impending death on her skin. Yet all Ryoko does is stand in place, ready to accept her fate. If her beloved husband wishes it, she would have no qualms about it. A powerful shockwave washes across the living room, rocking the nearby shelves and sending all the photo frames tumbling to the ground. The intruder raises his spear aloft, yet before he can strike, his body falters to the side, almost like he's been struck by an invisible hammer. Using his 4 muscular legs to steady himself, he throws an intimidating glance in the direction the shockwave came from.
Tokikata!
Tokitaka.
Tokitaka! There's a taka in there.
Standing by the doorway, Tokitaka fires off another shot from his Ogasawara TFD-20. By the time he does,
This game likes his guns. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tokitaka also really likes his gun. In fact, he considers it an extension of himself, and if anyone touches it, he freaks the fuck out.
This is my sniper. It may look like a lot of things, but it's mine.
It's not just a sniper rifle, it's an anti-material rifle.
Oh shit. Did not realize this.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You know what?
Hey, it's Oppenheimer.
20mm anti-material rifle. Equipped with a bayonet and can be used as a naginata in close-range combat.
Okay, you know what? I would also be in love with that thing. Kinda.
Even with his stomach pierced by the previous bullet from Tokitaka's anti-material rifle, he speedily gallops toward the stairway. His bayonet flies at Tokitaka with an audible hiss. Tokitaka meets the attack by holding up his rifle like a naginata. Raw strength clashes against raw strength. The creature seems entirely unaffected by the deep bullet wound he suffered moments earlier. His monstrous body bulges against the walls, threatening to make the entire staircase come crumbling down. Forced to remain exclusively on the defensive, Tokitaka is at a clear disadvantage. It seems impossible for him to overcome the opponent's overwhelming physical prowess. But he refuses to give in. So, some information about Tokitaka. He joined the Karasuzumi Living Dead Stalker Agency specifically to kill the guy in charge of it, who was Ikkatsu.
Okay.
He showed up at the agency and told him that to his face. Ikkatsu laughed and said, "Well, I'll train you then. You better be good."
Oh.
Yeah.
It goes in layers.
Ikkatsu laughed, fully believing Tokitaka was serious, and was like, "I'll train you anyway. Bring it." Tokitaka also very much fell in love with Ryoko. It's a one-sided thing, but yeah. So he has 2 reasons to be taking this fight seriously.
Some would argue 4.
But he refuses to give in. He would sooner die than relent. The sight of their struggle brings back memories of old. All of a sudden, the very building shakes under the weight of a particularly violent impact. The wall collapses and the 2 are hurled outside. Ryoko immediately breaks into a run. Her hands tremble with indecision as she grabs her Sig Sauer from the floor.
Leave him alone!
Tokitaka crawls battered on the ground as the 4-legged giant prepares to stab him in the chest with his rifle spear. Ryoko aims for the creature's head, but can't stop the gun from trembling in her grip. The intruder tilts his head to the side. He seems displeased that Ryoko would level a gun at him.
I'm begging you.
No living dead would be able to retain their emotions after 2.5 years. Whatever scrap of humanity they might display, it's no more than a clever imitation created by a necromancer. This is common sense. Yet, common sense could hold no sway over a man like Karasuzumi Ikkatsu.
Ryoko! Run!
Even in the face of death, Tokitaka begs for her to go. And in that moment, Ryoko's indecision melts away like spring snow. It had nothing to do with common sense or any lack thereof.
Ikkatsu, if you don't stop this, I'll be forced to.
No one knew Karasuzumi Ikkatsu as thoroughly as Ryoko did. He was a pitiable man, unable to express his love in any way other than violence. He loved his family more than anything else in this world. And so, it is Ryoko's duty now to embrace Ikkatsu's final show of love.
We'll live on. Even if it means killing you.
Ryoko pulls the trigger. The bullet bounces off his body with an unsatisfying clink. A 9mm Browning can do precious little against the thick armor plating of a hi-fi living dead. The alley comes alive with the creature's animalistic roar. Ryoko pulls the trigger again. And again, and again, and again. Ikkatsu shrugs off the bullets like they're nothing. He slowly lifts his rifle spear and...
Tokikata!
A sharp, blinding light illuminates the dark alleyway, accompanied by the booming echo of an engine. A gunship lowers itself into the alley, whipping up an enormous amount of dust as it unloads its Gatling gun on the man-beast. The creature twists and writhes as it's blown away by the roaring gunfire. Stray bullets hit some of the nearby pipes and cause a cloud of steam to fill the alley. Ryoko runs up to Tokitaka, whose body is racked by a fit of pained coughs. Cradling Tokitaka in her arms, Ryoko turns around when the gunship searchlight zeroes in on them. Sitting in the pilot seats of the AMV-89 Vulture, she sees Kibanohara Ethica and her father. I'm going to have you read for Ethica's dad.
Okay.
This narration, Sydbee, you'll be taking over. Ethica.
Okay. Ethica.
Remember what I said about Ethica. She's brash, foul-mouthed, and very much doesn't give a shit about a lot of things.
Okay.
She's also, like, a serial womanizer.
I see.
Hell
Most
yeah,
of the.
queer representation.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do you mind if I see what she looks like again?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Ooh. Okay.
Also, the her family situation is complicated, more than we ever would have thought based on Kiri's route. Which, if you read this, private special living dead stalker, working for the Karsazumi Living Dead Stalker Agency. Birthed from Aso Yukari's womb using a fertilized egg created with induced pluripotent stem cells from Kiba Hokoyasu and Nagaoka Takayuki. Raised together with Aso Kiriri like sisters. Acts based on her gut instinct, the type to shoot first, ask questions later. A lesbian who just can't get enough of pretty girls. Capable of wielding a wide variety of weapons based on what a given combat situation demands. Her go-to is a portable chainsaw that she named Rabbit Punch.
Huh.
So is it safe to assume that she is also mommy, but a girl mom?
She is not mommy.
Not mommy. You see, fertilized egg thing.
I love that Moonlight is like, wait a minute. Are gears turning in your head about what the stem cells thing means? So her dad, Hokoyasu here, who is the head of the military police, fell deeply in love with Nagaoka Takayuki, who is Sohun's dad.
Oh.
After Takayuki's death, he extracted genetic information from his corpse and combined it with his own, creating a fertilized egg that he then implanted in Aso Yukari. So Ethica is the daughter, biologically, of two dudes.
Yep, she
Cool
got two
shit.
dads.
Hell yeah. 2 dads. Good. Let's go.
I mean, one didn't realize it because it was, but yeah, 2 dads.
Yeah, if you guys were here during the end of Kiri's route, all of us who were here finding out about it in real time were freaking the fuck out.
Like the only thing that kinda makes me wonder is was the implantation of the fertilized egg on Aso Yukari consensual?
Yes.
Okay, then it's good. Then it's all good. Okay.
Because Yukari was in love with Takayuki.
Okay. Then Takayuki be splitting hearts. Like he's a heartbreaker.
There was a weird love triangle going on with her, Hokoyasu, and Takayuki. One-sided on her end with Hokoyasu because Hokoyasu is gay and in love with Takayuki. Meanwhile, Takayuki didn't know either of them were in love with him.
I see.
Damn.
Yeah,
Communicate, people, please.
Oh, things... I don't even really know how to... Just so many things happen all the time. Oh, and because... Sorry, because her name pops up so much... This is Kiri.
Okay.
Kiriri.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Dependable sister figure for Ethica. Ethica is... you can also consider certainly by the end of Kiri's route, Ethica and Kiri are very much in love with each other.
Okay.
No.
I mean, wait, aren't they like 1/3 sisters? I guess?
No, because there's no genetic information that they actually share.
Oh. Huh.
Because all of the genetic information that makes up Ethica came from the two dudes.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, valid. Makes sense. Got it.
And this would be Kiri's mom.
So cute.
We only see an old photo of her because she's been dead since before the story starts.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway. Sydbee,
Oh lord.
you are both Ethica's narration and Ethica herself.
Okay. Most of the gunships electronically fired 20mm caseless Gatling bullets hit their intended target, but a few stray shots still end up damaging some hot pipes in the back. The resulting cloud of steam cloaks the area in a thin layer of white smoke. The centaur-like hi-fi has some of its armor blown off, but still managed to escape. I push the gunship's door open and run up to Ryoko. Ryoko! Ryoko-san! Tokita! Daijoubu! Ryoko! Tokitaka! You okay? You have to go after him. But... it's Ikkatsu! Ryoko looked deep into my eyes as she said that. I'm begging you. Please, you have to put him out of his misery. I know how much Ikkatsu meant to Ryoko. Even after he died, she never stopped loving him. Not once. It looked like she finally made her peace with the past. The old man tilts the control column of the gunship.
Ethica hates her dad.
Oh. The tilt rotors sound a shrill buzz as the Vulture begins to lift off. Despite the harsh airflow conditions, it effortlessly blows away all the accumulated steam. I give Ryoko, who is still cradling Tokitaka in her arms, a quick nod and make my way towards the cockpit, or into the cockpit. Can we catch up?
In case you're wondering what the orange screen thing here is,
Advisor, maybe?
it's her X-brain, literally external brain.
Okay.
A device used to expand the wearer's consciousness and aid in the split-second decision-making necessary for close-quarters armed martial arts. A vital tool in the fight against the living dead. Capable of analyzing an opponent's actions and comparing them to accumulated data in order to predict their next move. This information is relayed to the wearer in the form of suggestions and alerts. Hi, Fubuki. Now, you may notice something here, is that these are all full head helmets. Ethica's are a prototype version that are just glasses. She hates wearing them. She hates using them because they were invented, or at least popularized, by her dad.
Okay.
Her dad that she hates.
Yeah.
But also, she doesn't like
Freaking
something
dang.
else telling her what to do. She believes that her instincts work better than the X-brain does.
Are we seeing her dad? Oh. Yeah, okay.
Meanwhile, Soun absolutely relies on his. He can fight just fine without it, but he feels a little lost despite that.
I gotcha.
He's not getting away.
Down below, we see the centaur making its way through the pipes. Using its 4 muscular legs to jump off hot pipes and leap across buildings, the creature moves across the city faster than any cyborg I ever seen.
He's carrying a portable gas plant on his back.
A gas plant?
Yes, it's filled with Lumiere's gas.
My X-brain immediately bombards me with a whole plethora of information. According to Ryoko, this Lemur's gas is capable of turning the dead into ghouls.
One last thing I want to say about the X-Brains is that the place where you make a choice that determines what path the story takes is you get to pick what the X-Brain suggestion is.
Oh. That's actually a very interesting game design.
In Ethica's case, it's do you fight this flying thing upstairs or downstairs in the skyscraper? And in Soun's case, he's fighting Milgram, and the choice is go forward with your plan to use a freezing bullet or go rescue Iria, who is standing about 5 feet that way. One option in both cases leads to your character surviving or becoming a living dead.
Okay.
The victims of those ghouls will then turn undead themselves and attack even more people, until the number of living dead completely snowballs out of control.
Now, you may ask yourself, who resurrects them?
Isn't that Milgram?
No.
Oh.
Ethica's dad.
Oh.
Wow, thanks, Papa.
Like, honestly,
Yes.
when I first read about the character, when you showed us the details, I thought of giving him the what was Pegasus voice from the abridged. Now that I know that he's also evil, I want to do it more.
Not necessarily evil. In at least two of the 3 routes we've done, he's actually been doing his job as head of the military police pretty admirably. In Ethica's route, he is very much the big bad, though. And he turns the entire military police into living dead, and kidnaps the head of the Empire Energy Corporation. He, since Soun is technically under his control because he's the one who brought him back from the dead, he uses Soun as a mole internally while everyone still doesn't know Soun's undead, and then takes him completely to be his bodyguard.
Oh.
Like, there's the potential for Hokoyasu to do a lot of harm, which is explored in Kiriri's route specifically. But if we're not on that route, he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
On this route, Mitsumi's route, it seems like it is indeed Milgram and his necromancers that are the big bads here. And so everything is revolving around that. In Konsu's route, there was a big bad, but it wasn't a person. It was essentially a natural disaster. Because since the smart material is technically living, Milgram shows up on the mega float, injects the smart material with lemures, and it becomes living dead material that spreads endlessly and tries to absorb everything.
Okay.
And Konsu helps a great deal with that, considering it's her route. And Ethica and Soun are already living dead, but who's controlling them doesn't pop up ever, and we just never think about it. I have no idea what's going to happen in Iria's route.
I guess we'll find out.
I can only assume that the only faction that hasn't become a villain is the Empire Energy Corp. I can only imagine they are the villains of that route, but I have no idea.
Just have Milgram as a good guy. I don't know.
Oh no, Milgram is never a good guy. The reason he doesn't get to be a big bad in the other two routes is because Soun is undead and is able to, like, fully use that to his advantage to defeat Milgram early in their second encounter. It's like, Soun doesn't actually stand a chance against him because he's stronger and faster and knows Soun's fighting style. So what Soun is able to do is take him by surprise by literally shooting a bullet through his own chest. Because there's already a hole in it. And that's enough to defeat Milgram in those other two routes. Now that Soun is alive, he can't do that. So he has to do it the normal way, I guess.
The man next to me has experienced the ensuing chaos firsthand. The laboratories planned this out carefully. Most of the vultures under the military police control were rendered inoperable during their attacks earlier. The gunships we're using now is one of the few remaining ones still capable of flight. Ignoring the objections of his peers, the old man volunteered to pilot one himself. He's certainly living up to his reputation as the former commander of the CQAMA training unit. In spite of the severe updraft, he guides the gunship between buildings with expert precision. Having perhaps grown tired of this endless chase, the Centaur leaps up to the rooftop of a taller building.
Oh, wait, hang on. I said that Konsuzu didn't have a big bad. I completely forgot. Amachi Juichiro, the guy running the fortress, he was the big bad of that one. That fight happened entirely over on the internet, though. He was essentially a barrier in between Soun, Iria, and Konsu from actually contacting Subcon, who had made, the Mega Float her body, and which was currently undead material. So he was trying, his brain in a jar self decided, yeah, I'm gonna go onto the internet, I'm going to make substance concept mine. And Soun, who uploaded himself into the internet because his body is a zombie and he was okay with that, along with Iria and Subcon, stopped him. And he gets rejected by Subcon so hard that he just gets deleted from the internet.
Damn.
And
They
because
literally fought on Reddit.
not only does he get deleted from the internet, but the psychic blowback is so bad that his brain that is in the jar explodes because of it.
Damn. Intriguing.
My old man heaves a heavy sigh and presses the missile launch button. A pair of an intelligent ground-to-ground missiles shoot up of the gunship and go straight for the Centaur. I almost can't believe what I'm seeing. With two well-aimed swings from his rifle sphere, the Centaur deflects the missiles, which, having lost their target, end up exploding in the air. Without even waiting for the explosion to fully settle, the Centaur charges straight at us. He's giving us no time to react. He leaps into the windshield of the gunship and thrusts his sphere into it. The tip makes its way into the cockpit. He pulls the thing out and readies himself for another swing in order to further widen the hole.
I've mentioned this every single time, but this is one of the highest budget visual novels I've ever seen.
I could see that. I like actual animation, 3D.
Yeah, aside from the 3D CG animation, the sheer number of sprites and the movement that they do for them in the regular stuff.
the movement the Ikkatsu, I think, did when he jumped from the building, I was sure that this was part of an anime or something. I was watching an anime right there, like this specific movement, the animation of it.
Yeah. To further explain why I have this 15 plus patch, the unpatched Steam version is essentially unreadable. Because
Really?
it cuts so much content that you have no idea what's even happening. The intro sequence for this anime... God damn it, now you've got me saying anime. The intro sequence for this visual novel, which introduces you to the Living Dead Stalker Agency and what they do, and even a first relatively minor necromancer. That entire sequence is about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Unpatched, it's 5 minutes.
Ha.
Oh,
Because they skip almost the whole thing.
Okay.
that is just bad. That's plain bad.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I really want to stream this, but I can't stream it uncensored. Is there a middle ground? And I was lucky enough to find, there was a Japanese release of the game in like 2016 or so on consoles that had, the 18 plus content cut out, but was otherwise untouched. And so we backported that to the Steam release. So I grabbed it.
Nice.
Take the controls.
What? The old man lets go of the control column and takes out his twin re-eliminators, the symbols of the close quarters armed martial arts training unit. Oh, the CQ. A series of ear-splitting gunshots and flying shell casings fill the cockpit as he fires off multiple rounds through the window and hits the centaur square in the abdomen. The shots may not have carried enough force to blast off his armor, but they assured it's good enough distraction. Without missing a beat, I pushed the control column forward. The centaur makes an attempt to steady himself by planting his feet firmly on the glass of the windshield, but fails. A fat hole in your abdomen will do that. Fair. With his balance upset, he falls helplessly off the gunship. Although he tries to turn his body around mid-air to soften his landing, it seems to do little. At least judging by the heavy dents left in the hot pipe he ultimately crashes into. I immediately reach for the firing button of the Gatling gun.
Stop it!
But this is our chance!
You'll damage the pipes!
If that's what needs to happen to kill the bastard!
Ethica!
His reprimand makes me notice something. Right below the pipe, there are still people fleeing through the streets, including a family with a young child. Oh, I see. I was ready to sacrifice them without so much as a second thought. Yeah, like you said, hit first, think later. And I don't feel so much as a sliver of guilt for having considered something like that.
Remember, she's undead at this point.
Oh yeah.
She's been undead for a bit.
I slide my hand into my pocket to check if that's still there. My one ticket out once I completely stop being the person I used to be. Might be about time to put it to use. Old man.
What is it?
He
Can you do the thing where you show the voice, maybe? Nando.
He's a much more stoic and emotionally controlled person.
Okay.
I believe it straight up says that he is called, let's see here. Yeah, said to wear an iron mask. His face never betrays even the slightest hint of emotion.
Okay.
Which is probably why that
in-
guy didn't know he felt for him.
Yeah, in the midst of the action, yeah. So,
He's always
What is
calm and collected.
yeah, okay. What is it?
I think I'm reaching the end of my rope here.
Don't say that.
Here you can actually see that there is some emotion on his face, though.
Don't say that. We are chasing after him.
He cuts me off and pushes down on the control column. The centaur is already back on its feet and has resumed its flight through the city. Shielded by the hot pipes behind him, he gives us scarce few opportunities to fire a Gatling gun. The intelligent missiles could automatically correct their trajectories to compensate, if we had any left, that is. We chase after the centaur from a set distance while looking for a chance to stop him. But even as we do that, the canister attached to its back continues to leak Lemur's gas into the city. I watch in silence as the chaos ravaging Tokyo unfolds below us. It's like a scene out of hell. There are, of course, people helping each other. However, a good number of those left on the streets are committing some truly heinous acts. I see women and children being left to die. People indiscriminately gunning down humans and living dead alike. And again, others who resorted to looting. This is the Tokyo of 2199. Why would you even want to risk your life to save people like this?
Sacrifice one person to save two others. All my life, I've lived by that creed. I only realized how wrong I've been after I turned you into a living dead.
Till too late, you ask me. No sense in beating around the bush. It might be insensitive, but I'm going to say my piece regardless. I gotta do it while I still retain enough of my humanity to even perceive it as insensitive. While I'm still myself. You gotta say these things while the person is still alive.
I know.
You didn't sell Ikkatsu's body, did you?
I've told you before that
A week after Ikkatsu's funeral, the caretaker of this crematorium has found to be a hi-fi and promptly re-killed. Ikkatsu's body was switched out just before the cremation. If it really was you, it could have been done without the need to be that roundabout. Without any feelings to cloud my judgment, I finally realized something. After I had died, the reason I went out of my way to keep treating my old man like shit was to delay the degradation of my emotions. Little by little, the living dead continues to lose more and more of their humanity. The last emotion to remain is the one that's meant the most to that person. In Ikkatsu's case, it was his love for Ryoko. In mine, it's my hatred for my old man.
Do you resent me?
I still do. A little bit. I lied to him. But at least I still have enough of my humanity left to be able to lie. So, I have one last favor to ask you.
What is it?
I'm not a fan of the idea of being ordered around like a puppet to fight for you. So when the final shreds of my old self are gone, I want you to let me die. Illuminated by the fires raging below in the city, I see his cheeks glisten for a brief moment.
Very well.
A single tear on that sprite.
Mm-hmm. The centaur continues galloping at a steady, unwavering pace until it finally reaches the Unero Botanical Garden and climbs on top of the glass dome. Ooh.
Ueno.
Ueno. Okay. Ueno Botanical Garden. Releasing the Lemaire's gas in densely populated areas like Ueno and the eastern wards of Tokyo would nothing be short of catastrophic. Lucky for us, the hot pipes responsible for providing heat to the botanical garden run below the ground. Old man! On cue, the Vulture's Gatling gun unleashes a generous volley of caseless, electronically fired 20mm rounds. A hail of bullets come raining down from above as the gunship's muzzle's flash lights up the night. Now we're cooking. The centaur attempts to evade the Gatling fire, but a sudden convulsion in his hind legs prevents him from doing so. The glass breaks and his massive body plummets into the botanical garden below. My ex-brain picks up the exact moment the gas plant on the centaur's back bursts open. We attempted to give chase in our Vulture, but the glass window's self-repair function had already begun mending its upper layer. Even if we did manage to slip through, navigating the gunship inside the dome would prove difficult. We're getting off. Figured.
Wait, no. He's the one who said we're getting off.
My bad.
Figured.
No, he
No,
said...
you're getting off.
Oh,
降りるぞ
we're getting off.
そうこなくっちゃ
Figured. Even assuming we successfully destroyed the gas plant, this is still Ikkatsu we're dealing here with. We can't rest easy until we confirm his death with our own eyes. We land the Vulture and step into the darkness of the nighttime botanical garden. Boo-boo-boo.
Are we good to go for another hour, or should we stop it here?
I might need a little tiny bathroom break. I'll be back in a few seconds.
Okay.
I think I'm good though.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm alright too.
Okay, be right back in like 10, 15 seconds. Be back.
Okay. Oh lord. Sometimes words are hard to word.
As someone who deals with words a lot on a daily basis, I get it. Well, Akane has had a lot of trouble with Utawara Rumono because names of characters and places there are nonsense.
Oh lord.
To the point that I actually had a comic made based on it.
Really now?
Yeah. Let's see here. I know I have it saved somewhere.
Okay, well you look for that. I think I'm also going to use the bathroom real quick.
I found it.
Oh wait, there it is. I like that. That's cute.
The second panel or page of it.
Committee. Oh lord.
Yeah, my art.
No.
My artist Shiro is the graduate there. When I started the library, it was me, Shiro, and another friend named Kyo. And English is neither of their first language, although they do speak it very, very well. However, the word committee, Shiro struggled with a lot.
Really?
She kept pronouncing it comedy, and it became something of an in-joke, where if someone is having trouble with a word consistently, in order to like draw less attention to it, I break it all up by saying, all right, let's not make a committee out of this.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
That would be now, I guess. We were right to go on foot. It allows us far more freedom of movement. Damaged hot pipes continue to spray steam into the city, with dysfunctional public taxis blocking the roads at several points. All around us, the living flee from the dead, while those less fortunate lie cold and motionless on the ground. In their confused frenzy, some of the people even end up attacking their fellow survivors, while others take advantage of the chaos to loot and pillage. Far up in the distance, I hear the fading echo of a gunship's engine. Shibuya, our base of operations, now lies in shambles, having suffered a tremendous amount of casualties, far more than the rest of the city.
Many of these corpses are fresh.
Let's keep going. I instinctively speed up my pace. The area around the agency looks almost like a war zone. The windows opening to the side alley are all broken in. The ground is pockmarked with countless bullet marks, and the pipes in the back continue to leak thick, billowing steam. Something must have happened. Tokitaka!
Zone!
First thing I see upon stepping into the ruined living room is an injured Tokitaka lying on a half-destroyed sofa. Ryoko sits next to him with the first aid kit in her lap.
I'm sorry. Protecting Ryoko was all I could manage.
Oh, right. I don't think we've given his voice a...
すまない。涼子さんを守るので手一杯で。
Oh, it's higher than I expected. Okay.
Yeah, he's younger than you've
singing.
been making him sound.
Oh, yeah, okay. Makes sense. I'm sorry. Protecting Ryoko was all I could manage.
How bad is it?
You got plenty of broken bones, but nothing life-threatening. Was it Milgram? No. We were attacked by Ikkatsu. He was carrying a canister of Lemur's gas on his back.
Ikkatsu's return doesn't surprise me one bit. He may have sunk into the bottom of Tokyo Bay, but I've never known him to be a man who'd die that easily. Where is he?
Right now, around Ueno. Ueno. I forgot how to pronounce it already. Ding.
Ueno.
Ueno. Right now, around Ueno, I think. Ethica's on his trail. You should leave Ikkatsu to her. The one you need to stop is Milgram.
Even at a time like this, Ryoko maintains her impeccable leadership skills. Unless we defeat the master that's controlling the swarm of living dead, we'll never be able to save the city.
Oh, Yep, we know who she is.
Yep.
Milgram is at the old Tokyo detention house.
Ryoko's Konri brings up a group call with Konsu and Iria.
We had confirmed it. We confirmed it using one of the Empire Energy Corps satellites. The permafrost covering the area's been dug up.
So he's been storing corpses underground. It certainly makes sense. The place is well suited for avoiding prying eyes.
Mitsumi's eyes light up with conviction.
Let's go, soon.
For the record, we don't normally see Mitsumi wearing anything other than her combat battle suit. So, like, her casual clothes here are not what she's normally wearing.
Oh, I gotcha.
Her combat suit, here we go, is what we normally see her
Oh,
Oh, I love the skirt. I love the battle skirt.
battle ski.
in.
Yeah.
And this is her brother.
Oh,
hot.
boy. Yep.
He's also
What is
very
what
much
is happening
a
with the
living
drip?
dead. He's also very much a living dead.
Ah,
If
God
he's a
damn it.
living dead, can I have his pants?
No, he's still using them, and Mitsumi does everything she can to take care of him. So like, She puts makeup on him to make him look more alive. She, he doesn't need to eat, so she doesn't feed him. But she takes care of his clothes. She takes care of his weapons, so that when he instinctively goes back to pull them out to practice his forms, they're there.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, he just kind of hangs out in her house.
Yeah, he just stands there menacingly. Okay, nice. Thank you for providing the insights, by the way, for these characters and.
Yeah, of course. It's the least I could do. And the game gives me the resources to do so, so of course I'm gonna.
Hell yeah.
I quickly change into my combat gear and grab my weapons from the second floor, including my X-Brain, which has been freshly repaired by Konsu. Mitsumi and I climb into a Strider. Its expandable leg wheels are covered in caterpillar tracks and can be freely adjusted to a variety of heights and angles. This allows it to safely make its way across crash sites and congested roads by passing over cars. In short, it's our best option for traversing the city in its current state. While avoiding the leaking steam and running over any living dead trying to lunge at our vehicle, we head for the Gijo Living Dead Stalker Agency.
I'll go get change. I won't be long.
Be careful inside.
I will.
Mitsumi reaches for the door, but stops midway. The expectedly archaic lock on the entrance of the tattered building seems to have been opened. I silently move closer to act as backup. With her thermokarambit in hand, Mitsumi kicks in the door. All I can really say is, damn, bitch, you live like this?
Well, I think that you mentioned that she's a living dead, so I don't think that it counts.
Mitsumi's not a living dead.
Oh, she's not? Okay.
No, her brother is.
Oh.
The only thing that, makes this not look straight up only like a warehouse is the tatami mats on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't even have a table.
The room seems undisturbed. I'm not sensing anyone around either. As for Gijo Sumihiko, he's nowhere to be seen.
Sumihiko?
Did he leave?
I do not know. It might simply be a repeat of last time.
According to Mitsumi, Sumihiko occasionally leaves the agency to visit the park at the foot of Tokyo Tower. What now? The streets are teeming with the living dead. If Sumihiko's out there among them, he might end up getting mistaken for a hostile lo-fi and re-killed. Mitsumi, however, does not hesitate. She reaches for her combat gear, her eyes brimming with fierce determination.
That's Ethica again, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, has anyone made puns of Ethica's name yet?
I mean, she's definitely the least ethical of the. But I've also seen her name transcribed as Echika, so.
Echika.
Which is even funnier.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. The layout of the botanical garden is saved on my Conry. Besides, I know this place like the back of my hand.
This is where she goes on dates with Kiri all the time.
Oh. It doesn't take long to pinpoint the exact location where Ikkatsu fell through the roof. Did we get him?
No.
It's the portable gas plant. After getting caught up in the vulture's relentless Gatling fire, The specific unit responsible for producing the Lemur's gas was destroyed. However, the scattered remains of the gas plant are the only things we find. Ikkatsu himself is nowhere to be seen. My old man messes with a hologram of his convoy for a bit before clicking his tongue in frustration.
Rolls for the gardener shot.
There should be hot pipes all around the building, which means it's being monitored by pipe runners.
For the record, pipe runners are like big mechanical spider-like things that use the pipes as transportation. Their general purpose is maintenance of the hot pipes.
Mm-hmm.
I believe there should be a picture of them.
The little robot spider!
Yep. They're owned and operated by the Tokyo government and the military police. And they have magnetic wheels on their legs.
Oh. Like, I just love the
World building?
world building.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Me too.
It seems pretty interesting. Like this, it seems very well built, obviously, and the fact that they went into such such a big extent to actually flesh out as much of the functioning situations. I think how do I say this?
The like inner workings of
exactly,
the infrastructure and
exactly, the infrastructure. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah, they went to the extent of fleshing this out. That's props right there.
Again, there's a reason that I'm a huge mark for anything made by Nitro Plus.
Makes sense. Makes complete sense.
I do think that out of all of the things they've made, this is my favorite. And I'm not even done with it yet.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
If Ikkatsu tries to slip away, we'll know about it firsthand. So his only real option is to hole himself up in his jungle. In this jungle, it's not his. As I try to contact Kiri via Conry.
Don't take this the wrong way.
My old man interrupts my multi-flick. He dons his X-Brain. Before me stands Kibanohara Hokoyasu, commander of the Close Quarters Armed Martial Arts Training Unit and father to the X-Brain. Oui.
But this is my mess to clean up.
I see. With the gas plant gone, the spread of destruction across the city should slow down. Especially with the Ikkatsu hiding in here. There's no need to take unnecessary risks. But there's more to the human condition, or whatever you want to call it, than just being purely rational at all times. Even a walking corpse like me can tell that much, if only barely. At least help me out. At least let me help out. I mean, that was literally... Okay.
Very well.
Following a nod, he silently makes his way into the dark of the forest. He was regulated to desk work in the years following the war, but that doesn't mean he neglected to train himself. My old man swiftly melts into the night with movements you'd expect from a veteran soldier. I don't just stand around myself. I strike out in the opposite direction. Steep cliffs, trees covered in ivy, muddy bottomless swamps. I carefully survey the area, making sure to check every potential hiding place Ikkatsu could use to ambush us. Having an X-brain capable of analyzing even non-visible light sure comes in handy at times like this. Plus, I got some home advantages here. It's almost like hide and seek. Man, this sure takes me back.
I loved playing hide and seek as a kid. I remember participating in countless matches with Kiri in this very same botanical garden. I attempt to recall the feelings of those bygone days. The excitement that washed over me whenever I found Kiri. The tension I felt while trying not to be found myself. No good. I can't remember any of it. Well, whatever. My heart's long since gone, and my current indifference is proof. Besides, I got other priorities right now. In the hazy gloom of the jungle, I strain my senses and look for any sign of Ikkatsu. Somewhere in the distance, I hear the flapping of wings.
The rapid disappearance of tropical rainforests that accompanied the drastic drop in global temperatures urged botanists around the world to try and preserve plants they deemed to be on the verge of extinction. A large quantity of various seeds and samples, for example, are stored cryogenically at places like the University of Tokyo's basement. Yet, even if one preserves individual species, the environments that served as their natural habitat are still lost. As a result, the Ueno Botanical Garden now gives home to an ecosystem that's essentially a recreation of the jungles found on the Malay Peninsula. Kibanohara Hokoyasu makes his way through the humid, muddy terrain while trying to stave off the memories. He's always abhorred this place. All it does is remind him of the jungle that claimed so much from him. His X-brain picks up on slight disturbances in the terrain. There's a unique gate that every new recruit of the CQ-AMA training unit must learn. It allows them to thwart computer-assisted tracking attempts by using the properties of the terrain as a sort of random number seed. Kibanohara Hokoyasu, however, used to be the commander of that very training unit, and as such was the person who developed this particular means of stealth. He has no trouble seeing through it. The X-brain, too, digs up the relevant suggestion from his subconscious. A bird's shrill cry breaks the silence of the night. A snake lies silent in the grass, keeping its eyes on Hokoyasu. His X-brain continues its methodical analysis of the situation. Gripping to the two re-eliminators that symbolize the CQ-AMA training unit, Hokoyasu prepares for his enemy to show himself. He waits in the humid darkness of the botanical garden's pseudo-jungle. The fierce stench of death from those hellish days still lingers in his nostrils like a persistent illusion. The uneasy worry that he might see the lifeless bodies of his comrades lying at his feet gnaws at his heart relentlessly. The memories torment him without end. A jovial guffaw dispels the old nightmare. Not needing the alert from his X-brain, Hokoyasu looks up to meet the gaze of his foe-to-be. Kibanohara Hokoyasu. Having rid himself of his portable gas plant, Karasuzumi Ikkatsu towers before his former comrade. His body is covered in stains of dusky red blood. It looks like I've been ordered to put you down, old friend.
An amusing coincidence. For you see, I've also came here to kill you.
Ikkatsu springs into action like a flash of lightning. Hokoyasu receives his first true combat suggestion in what feels like an eternity. Following its instructions, he aims his re-eliminators at Ikkatsu's tremendous body as it leaps through the night air and pulls their triggers. The bullets don't even seem to stagger him. Ikkatsu crosses his arms to protect his head. As long as his brain remains intact, the rest of his body can take all the beating in the world. Ikkatsu receives several gunshot wounds in his arms, then lands on his feet with enough power to make the withered vegetation around him flutter violently. Finally, he assumes a combat stance, preparing to lunge at his opponent. Hokoyasu makes the first move. Raising his twin re-eliminators in front of his face, he darts at Ikkatsu in a boxing stance. Firing at his foe from afar has proven ineffective. The sole viable strategy, then, is to destroy Ikkatsu's brain from point-blank range. This is his only chance at victory. Despite the uneasy footing of the jungle, Hokoyasu closes the distance between himself and Ikkatsu with swift, graceful footwork, reaching punching distance in the mere blink of an eye. His refined technique amplifies the speed of his re-eliminators, already acting as an extension of his fists. He lunges forward, aiming for Ikkatsu's vitals. Textbook close-quarters armed martial arts, the pinnacle of anti-living dead warfare. It is Kibanohara Hokuyasu's legacy made manifest, forged in the sweat and blood of a man who dedicated his entire life to the CQ-AMA training unit. Karasuzumi Ikkatsu, however, is more bolder than man. Hokuyasu's attack may have been perfect in theory, but theories are meaningless if they cannot be applied in practice. His spiked handguns are blocked by Ikkatsu's muscular arms. Listen good, Hokoyasu. A real punch looks like this! If you did it, it didn't come through.
Okay, let me turn off noise suppression.
Ikkatsu's fist crashes into Hokuyasu's body. And this! Hokuyasu struggles to tighten his arms, attempting to guard his face, but... And this! It ultimately makes little difference. Ikkatsu's monster of a fist drills into Hokuyasu's body and sends him flying backwards through the air. The chime of his X-Brain's alert is the only thing still tethering him to consciousness. Hokoyasu curses himself for nearly succumbing to the pain. Here's another one for ya! The raw impact of Ikkatsu's blow threatens to rip his body asunder. It's a small miracle his intestines haven't been blown out through his back. Hokoyasu struggles to breathe, but he continues to diligently follow his X-Brain's instructions to stand up and maintain his defense. And one more for the road! Hokoyasu can almost hear his abdominal muscles howl out in pain. After being thrashed and thrown around like a sock puppet, his body finally comes to a stop when it hits a nearby tree. As the lush greenery of the makeshift jungle fills his vision, Hokuyasu's mind fades into the oblivion of the past. The Sino-American War was a conflict without victors. As the planet faced a new ice age and resources began to run dry, governments around the world found themselves locked in a vicious competition in their race to expand southward. Despite being all too aware of how grim the prospects for humanity's future truly were, those involved were nonetheless compelled to continue thrashing around in the swamp they'd created for themselves. Necromancers, then, were the hands of death reaching up from the depths of the swamp to drag them ever deeper. Not content to simply murder the living, they forced the dead to keep on fighting for them until no trace of their former humanity was left. they did was nothing less than the devil's own work. Hokoyasu and his men killed their enemies. They killed necromancers. They killed the murdered women and children that came back as the living dead to attack them. Stifling their turbulent emotions and keeping their sanity in check with drugs, they blindly followed their ex-brain's instructions as they continued blowing away the undead in droves. They told themselves it was the right thing to do in order to survive, that they were doing all this for a just cause, to ensure the safety of their homeland. They clung to their delusions, averting their eyes from the nightmare around them. And so they continued to struggle, sinking bit by bit into the mud. On your feet, Hokoyasu. I know you're made of tougher stuff than that.
Of course I am.
Hokoyasu struggles to his feet. The pain is nothing. A fresh suggestion urges him to retreat, but he ignores it. A moment later, the X-Brain itself concedes. Hokoyasu darts forward and throws his fist. A simple, straightforward punch. Ikkatsu dodges out of the way and returns the favor. Luckily, his X-Brain's foresight just barely manages to save Hokoyasu from eating his opponent's punch. The aged, decades-old machine proceeds to gradually catch up to the Karasuzumi Ikkatsu of 2199. The gap between them shrinks further and further. However... it's still not enough. As Ikkatsu traps Hokoyasu in an arm lock, the latter desperately tries to aim his gun at the former's head. He pulls the trigger, but the bullets only end up scraping the back of his hulking adversary. The otherworldly pain causes Hokuyasu's body to sweat profusely. Ikkatsu is now in a position where he could easily shatter the other man's arm and render him unfit for battle. Yet he does no such thing. Ever since his days at the CQAMA training unit, Ikkatsu has always possessed a liking for tormenting his enemies. His return to Tokyo has only amplified that disposition. Voices protesting the war grew louder as temperatures continued to plummet and natural resources dried up. The end of the conflict seemed all but inevitable, and that's when the mare pandemic hit. The deadly and highly contagious virus, born from a mutation of one of the US Army's bioweapons, brought the decades-long struggle to its natural conclusion. Yet while the war may have ended, Hokoyasu and his men had to live on. The lack of resources led to considerable budgetary reductions, while the advancing Ice Age lessened the need for military organizations. The result was the severe downsizing of the self-defense army. Before I continue, I should also mention that with their depleting natural resources, population control is a massive industry, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
Essentially, if you are too old to work and pay your rent, you are taken to what they call the elderly disposal facility, which is somehow more fucked up than that sounds.
Oh, it's...
So, right next to that facility, there's a shooting range that if you have the money, you can go in and practice on live targets.
And if you put one and one together...
What are the live targets that are for sale? The elderly, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like, yeah, one and one put together means 2, so... shit.
Special administrative regions found in the old Odaiba area and elsewhere. Contains facilities designed to dispose of elderly who are deemed incapable of contributing to the economy. The illegal elderly sent to these facilities are used to test military technology. Citizens may also pay a fee to use them as living targets. A portion of the revenue produced by the elderly disposal zones are used to provide healthcare and education for minors.
I love capitalism. I don't. Anyhow.
Like, they don't just, dispose of the elderly. The proceeds created from that are actually used to provide for the for the next generation. So, I'm not saying this is an ideal way to do things, but when resources are as tight as they are, the fact that they are at least trying to be sustainable about it is admirable.
Illegal elderly.
Anyone over the age of 60 who can't pay taxes.
Uh-huh.
Because otherwise they're just a strain on resources. Because they can't contribute.
Yeah, figures.
Even the close quarters armed martial arts training unit, said to be the government's trump card against the living dead, was dissolved, with a majority of its former members left without any other job prospects. Many of them dropped off the grid, much like the necromancers that ended up putting their skills to use in the criminal underworld following the war. Karasuzumi Ikkatsu lived and breathed the battlefield. In another life, he could have just as easily ended up a criminal. In a sense, he too is a victim here. Ikkatsu loosens his arm lock and delivers a powerful kick to Hokoyasu, sending him face down onto the ground. His consciousness begins to fade, lulled into a daze by the rustle of the trees. Wraiths from his past call out to him, urging Hokoyasu to join them. As their pale hands reach out to drag him down into the darkness, he feels half ready to succumb. And yet, a dull, lingering ache stirs in him still. Not done yet. Hokoyasu crawls on the ground, his mouth filled with the bitter taste of the earth, yet the flame in his eyes has yet to be extinguished. Hokoyasu staggers to his feet, armed with his X-Brain and twin re-eliminators, his very own legacy. Kibanohara Hokoyasu is a decidedly average man. He lacks both the raw skill of Nagaoka Takeyuki and the physical prowess of Karasuzumi Ikkatsu. But even average men have their own way of fighting. As commander of the CQ AMA training unit, he aimed to devise and perfect a technique that would allow average soldiers lacking in outstanding talent to eliminate their foes in the most efficient way possible. The X-Brain analyzes Ikkatsu's every move. He places his trust in its suggestions and allows his re-eliminators to execute their command. He has repeated this process more times than any man could hope to count. That, along with his own firm conviction and ceaseless training, made possible the combat style he now employs. He is no wild card. He acts with proper, well-practiced movements as he closes in on his foe and seeks to defeat him. Even now, Hokoyasu continues his pursuit of what he believes to be right and just. When, at the close of the Sino-American War, the troops who had risked their lives fighting the living dead returned home, they were not greeted with fervent cheers or applause. Instead, the veteran soldiers that killed the undead corpses of women, children, and former friends alike were met with scathing criticism and condemnation from the very people they had fought to protect. Naturally, they had found no joy in having to massacre the undead hordes of civilians and reanimated comrades during the war. They endured that living hell for the sake of their homeland, but found themselves unable to justify their struggle in words, and so they suffered. The living dead exist in a realm beyond humanism and moral concerns. Their fight was just. Their battles were not without meaning. Proper conduct needed to be properly evaluated. Their pain needed to be rewarded. Ignoring his family, Hokoyasu blindly dedicated himself to work after returning from the war. As a way to immortalize the glory days of the past, he successfully established a system of enlisting gifted civilians as officially authorized living dead stalkers. In order to eradicate the living dead and restore peace to Tokyo, he climbed all the way to the rank of Major General. He was driven solely by his unflinching belief in what he felt to be right and just, to set Tokyo on what he deemed to be its correct path. And yet, Hokoyasu's feelings have begun to stir. The dull, lingering ache in his heart, once thought to have been quelled, has returned. Killing a living, breathing person is difficult. A soldier will hesitate to pull the trigger once he fully recognizes his foe as a human being. Which is why terrorists use a cloth to cover the faces of the enemies they capture. It makes it easier to execute them. Soldiers are trained to fire at humanoid practice targets as a form of conditioning, to make them kill their enemies before they can be recognized as actual people. In that sense, the living dead should have been easy opponents. After all, re-elimination carries no deeper meaning. You simply put down a corpse that was already dead. It's simple and straightforward. As long as that corpse belongs to a stranger, that is. Pointing your gun at a trusted comrade with whom you've formed a bond that goes deeper than even familial ties. Now that's an entirely different beast altogether. It would test the sanity of even the most hardened of men. Hokoyasu has yet to shake off the hesitation in his punches. Every time he throws his fist, the guilt he feels for his former comrade is like a dull knife to his heart. But it's that very ache that drives the human in him forward. It becomes the force that puts him back on his feet every single time he's beaten down. His X-brain expands the potential of his subconscious, greatly amplifying the effectiveness of his technique. To analyze the opponent and immediately draw up a counter-strategy, the core principle behind CQAMA, and what makes the X-brain what it is. He is a living, breathing man, and as such, still experiences the fatigue and pain that must feel alien to the undead. And yet, Hokoyasu begins to gradually overtake his opponent. With his feelings refined to utmost perfection, he becomes one with his twin re-eliminators. This is the true face of Kibanohara Hokoyasu, his way of doing battle. The X-brain draws attention to Ikkatsu's right arm. Compared to his left, its motions are notably more sluggish. Back aboard the Hawaii, Ikkatsu lost one of his arms in battle. He may have used another living dead's arm as a replacement, but it's still putting him at a visible disadvantage. Circling toward the left, Hokoyasu aims for the joints of his opponent's arm. Meanwhile, the speed of Ikkatsu's reactions continue to slow. Finding himself cornered, he attempts to shield his right hand. Hokoyasu continues to observe and wait for an opening. And then, after he narrowly dodges Ikkatsu's left hand as it tries to grab him, it finally arrives. The suggestion that will lead him to victory. All he has to do is follow its instructions and blow his opponent's brains out. Ikkatsu, an old friend to Hokoyasu, has no doubt come to realize this as well. Ikkatsu's eyes light up with fear. It's the fear of death, an emotion he should have lost a long time ago. Mixed in with it is his love for Karasuzumi Ryoko. At least, that's how Hokoyasu perceives it. In that moment, he stops viewing his opponent as yet another living dead to be re-eliminated. And just like that, the suggestion that would have led him to victory fades into the black of night, never to be carried out. The leaves of the surrounding greenery tremble as Ikkatsu's war cry fills the air. His right hand grabs Hokoyasu by the head. I don't need your piss-poor attempt at sympathy! He's about to crush his skull. Hokoyasu tries to retaliate with his re-eliminators, but Ikkatsu shakes him like a toy. He can make out the final embers of indignation that light up Ikkatsu's gaze. His consciousness begins to fade. Kill me! Do it! Before I kill you myself! Before I end up forgetting Ryoko again!
I do believe that this is Ethica.
Yep.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Also, hello, Wild.
Ask.
Yeah, hi, Wild.
Hi, sorry, I've been having trouble sleeping this past week. Completely forgot.
Hey, at least you're here.
Yeah, sure am. Didn't want to interrupt though.
Alright, and remember, Sid. Ethica is incredibly snarky,
Right.
so channel that as best you can.
Ask and ye shall receive.
Sensing the arrival of a new foe, Ikkatsu hurls Hokoyasu's body to the side. As Hokoyasu collapses to the ground, he can just barely make out the blurred silhouette of the person who came to his aid. Before his mind fades to black, he sees Kibanohara Ethica dash into battle. Oh, what do you mean we're going back to Soun?
Oh no, not now. Like the soundtrack, like, oh my god. Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The double pedal drums. Oh my god. Yes.
But yes,
the growls, the
proper
vocals.
introductions are in order. Wild, this is Morsain and Sydbee.
Hello.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Wild.
Wait, have I already met Sydbee? Oh, dang. Oh. Well, hi!
Hi. Yeah, I don't think we have.
This is literally the first stream these two have showed up for, so...
Oh, I'm probably misremembering reading their, like, messages on Discord and the server.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, proper introductions are in order and all. The further one gets from Tokyo, the scarcer the hot pipes become. They're the veins that carry lifeblood throughout the city. When they're gone, so are the people, making you realize just how dead and barren this world is without them. The freezing winds hinder our advance. Out here in the suburbs, the snowstorms are always particularly fierce. We stop the Strider near the bank and look out across the frozen Arakawa River. As a result of the Sino-American War, the suburbs on the other side of the river are now a scorched wasteland, abandoned with no hope for restoration. Among the ruined buildings buried in snow and ice, we can make out one particularly large structure towering beyond the remains of the Shudo Expressway. The old Tokyo detention house.
I realize this is hardly the best time, but right now, I feel grateful. It may well be that fate hasn't been as cruel to me as I used to believe.
Mitsumi goes on in a meaningful tone while cleaning off the seared remains of living dead from the blade of her thermokarambit.
I will slay Milgram and avenge my brother. And once it's done, I will say goodbye to my old self that lived only for the sake of the dead.
Even I can more or less tell what she's trying to say. Our fight against Milgram will soon end. What will you do after that?
I wish to leave everything behind.
Everything?
Yes, everything.
As Mitsumi repeats the word, a tinge of doubt seeps into her tone.
But will I truly be able to do that?
To free herself from Milgram, and indeed Gijo Sumihiko as well, will she truly find the strength to carry through with such a thing? Her gaze longs for an answer. So I give her my true, honest feelings. You're nothing if not determined. I've yet to see you stray from a plan or have a change of heart. It's hard to say if you'll be able to make that first step.
You may be right.
I clasp Mitsumi's hand before she can fully avert her gaze. But I do know that once you start on that road, you'll walk it to the end. With no detours, you'll keep on walking the path you believe in. Come what may, you will continue to press on. And I love that about you. I gaze deep into her eyes. Whatever path you take, I'll be there by your side every step of the way, no matter where fate may take us.
Soon.
Mitsumi inhales a deep breath.
Let us go then, hand in hand.
Mitsumi smiles, and I can feel my heart light up with joy. My freshly repaired X-Brain displays an alert. On the opposite end of the river, I can make out a large, squirming silhouette in the snowy haze. No, not a silhouette. It's a mass of living dead. Having no doubt arrived after sensing our presence, the shambling army includes several hi-fis as well, including heavily armed ones. Our Strider may be a sturdy, reliable vehicle, but that doesn't make the idea of speeding across the open fields of the frozen Arakawa River any less risky.
Do we go around them?
No. My X-Brain has yet to provide any viable solutions either. There's simply too many for us to take on at once. With every second we waste hesitating, the ghouls on the other side march closer and closer. The only reason they haven't started firing yet is because they likely want to get close enough to make sure they actually hit us. Or perhaps because they know we've come too far to turn back. So, what now? Oh, it's Nagisa. This is new. A new character for you. But, Nagisa Kazuma of the military police. Close friends with Kiri, and someone that Ethica really likes to tease. She's very short-tempered, but has a very girly side to her whenever she's caught off guard.
I see.
I wish I could I wish there was more information here for me to give, but
We'll provide backup.
I hear Captain Nagisa's voice from my Konri. More than just her voice, actually. A gray chameleon speeds toward the bank of the Arakawa. 2 of them, in fact. Captain Nagisa? And the military police?
And another.
This is Kiri.
Oh. There's only so much help we can offer, mind you.
Major Aso speaks up as well. I see the gray chameleon's lamps light up as each of the 2 women speak. I'm assuming they're aboard separate vehicles. And then someone else joins the call. Ryoko.
Wait, that's
Mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mother.
Mother, I've already explained the situation to them.
Ryoko's reassuring voice fills my ears.
They, too, view Milgram's defeat as the best and quickest way to bring this madness under control.
Despite having just been attacked by Ikkatsu, she's already back to providing support. Once again proving unquestionably that she's the one and only leader of the Karasuzumi Living Dead Stalker Agency. I'm going to also tell you that this is the first route we've done where she is still alive.
That's good.
She got kidnapped at some point in the other 2 routes we did and turned into a living dead, and causes a whole bunch of chaos to happen on the mega float when we're invited aboard at one point.
Damn.
Yeah, she was bald and everything. It's horrible.
They literally they shaved her head, turned her hair into a wig, opened up her skull to mess with her brain.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Killed her, revived her, and used those brain implants to control her, like, remotely, and also the cavity inside her head being used to hold explosives for her to plant on the mega float. Like, there was a whole thing with that. And this is the first route where that didn't get to happen.
Thank God, I guess. This is definitely inspired.
Yeah, it didn't get to happen because Mitsumi is with us, and she was at the agency at the time when that would have happened, and so she fought off the guy who would have kidnapped her.
Good.
But her katana Shoshimaru got shattered in the process, which is why she's not using it.
Gotcha. It's like that blacked out portrait of her. It's like you don't even that blacked out portrait of her. It was like, it takes me a second because she looks very well endowed in the chest area normally, and there it doesn't look like that there. It was like, where's the booba?
Oh, you haven't even seen her in her combat gear, which is funny to think about.
Oh my god.
The power of depth perception.
Mm-hmm.
Is there even a... No, it doesn't look like there is.
Aw.
The gallery, maybe?
No.
Oh. Never mind.
Oh, that's just a general gallery.
Well, maybe.
That was very misleading.
Yeah, it does seem like it could be very misleading, I guess.
No, it
Wow.
doesn't look
The,
like...
the one image we have of her in a non-standard suit, and it's the one where she's being tortured.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Never mind then.
Close-up of Milgram, though.
God damn. Maybe evil, but smash.
That's the face of a serial mogger.
It reminds me of Sephiroth, honestly.
Yeah, bit of a Sephiroth the tan, yeah.
Yeah. The tan, the white hair, you know, the long white hair.
His weapons are psi pistols.
Okay.
Oh yeah, when we first meet Iria, she's literally in the trunk of a car.
Oh.
Being kidnapped actively. Oh yeah, and I mentioned before.
She is drooling.
She's literally just a goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Whose basement is an autopsy room / sex dungeon.
Oh my god.
It's both of those things at the same time.
Yeah, as I said, goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's got the energy drinks next to her. She's knees up to her chin, drooling. Disaster Woman.
Yes.
Also,
oh, it's her panda.
Yeah, panda camo.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good jacket, though, for real.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Continuing on.
Allow me to say one thing.
Suppressing her building battle lust, Mitsumi addresses Ryoko in a resolute tone.
I am beyond grateful for your assistance. However, the one to deliver the finishing blow to Milgram will be me, Gijo Mitsumi. Of course. Any objections, Major Aso? None. It makes the most sense to leave such things to a professional.
Like, I don't even need to play Kiri's voice for you because your natural voice is basically like it.
Don't you let him get away, you hear me? We're counting on you.
Everyone in the conversation is intimately familiar with Mitsumi's unique disposition. They know better than to try and stop her.
All right, then.
Ryoko's voice makes us all shift our attentions to the actual problem at hand. The living dead have spread out across a wide area on the Arakawa River and are on their way to surround us.
We don't have much time to waste. Let's go, everyone.
Our Strider's engine roars to life alongside Ryoko's final exclamation. Hang on tight! Having perhaps grown tired of waiting, the living dead launch a volley of grenades at us, forcing me to switch to manual steering. A frozen, snow-laden battlefield is replete with unpredictable factors. I can't just blindly entrust our lives to a machine. Allowing my X-Brain suggestions to guide me, I kick the Strider into high gear and speed toward the riverbank. The Strider's 30mm quad-mount cannon automatically intercepts the incoming missiles. An ear-piercing explosion rings out, accompanied by a large number of ice splinters getting jettisoned into the air. Speeding across the ice so openly may seem dangerous, but it's still preferable to getting potentially stuck on a bridge. Striders are known first and foremost for their excellent mobility. Stopping in place would only lead to our deaths. My X-Brain urges me to keep pressing forward. Carrying RPGs, a number of expendable ghouls make their way down the opposite bank with several heavily armed living dead in tow. Major Aso and Captain Nagisa charge forward in their gray chameleons, hoping to act as decoys. Kiri.
We'll provide covering fire. You two keep going. I bet that's the other girl. Eat this, you bastards!
Yeah, that's very obviously Nagisa. Also, I want to hear it. Yep. Captain Nagisa's gray chameleon fires a canister shot into a group of lo-fis, making them explode into a cloud of gore and dusky red blood. Silently thanking them for their support, I continue speeding down the icy river. I continue zigzagging along the Arakawa, letting the Strider's studless crawlers eat into the surface of the ice. I adjust the height of the Strider to dodge incoming missiles while running down any living dead that end up obstructing our path. Every time a bullet hits the ground and sends a hail of stones and gravel crashing against our window, I half expect the ice below us to crack. Despite my uneasiness, though, I continue to have faith in my X-Brain. Ryoko.
So, you're getting cornered.
Ryoko offers a quick analysis of the battlefield. The Living Dead's movements are actually quite well coordinated, despite initially seeming disorderly. This is likely a trap.
So,
guided toward danger like a cornered fish, I end up driving straight into an area with a heavily armed Living Dead just waiting to launch its anti-tank missiles at us. I put my faith in what my X-Brain suggests next. As I see the Living Dead readying his anti-tank missile launcher, I follow the on-screen suggestion and raise the height of our Strider. All 4 of its legs straighten out, letting the missile slip below the main body of the vehicle. As the explosion rings out behind us, I once again follow my X-Brain suggestion and ride the ensuing shockwave to leap into the air. After spending a few seconds soaring weightlessly through the air, we fly past the Living Dead and land safely on the other side. A moment later, the ice floor finally gives out and cracks from the power of the impact. Starting with the heavily armed creature that attacked us, all the Living Dead atop the ice sink into the water one by one. The gray chameleons that assisted us during the battle managed to escape to the other side of the cracked ice.
we'll take another route from here. You two go on ahead.
After receiving Major Aso's transmission, I immediately step on the accelerator pedal. We still have some ways to go, not to mention the hordes of the Living Dead that will stand between us and the detention house once we ascend the riverbank. Should we stop for so much as a moment, they'll lay down concentrated fire on us. Our Strider continues speeding along as bullets bounce off its armor. The ghouls we run over leave dusky red skid marks in the snow. And with that, I'm going to call it for today. Again, thank you two so much for coming in today.
Absolutely no worries.
Thank you for having us.
I hope to see you guys.
It was nice getting to hear you guys.
Yeah, I hope to see you guys again more regularly.
Yeah, I hope so.
I can definitely try.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, maybe next time I'll actually show up on time.
So that you'll actually get some roles, huh, Wild?
Hell yeah.
Can I just say how amazing it feels to listen to you guys perform? Like, I don't know, Naho and Sid, you absolutely killed it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
It's a
Yeah,
lovely.
Sid, you got some nice versatility there.
Thank you. That is, you could probably tell I kind of struggle with doing a mommy voice. It's not my cup of tea, but
Yeah.
I'm doing my best.
The deeper, more sultry voice. It sounds like you can't really do it.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, the
Well, it's not like I can.
Admirable. Hell yeah.
I probably could. Maybe I can't make it sound feminine enough. But I can attempt it.
Not bad.
Do we take time? It's trying our best to do a mom impression now.
All right.
Do the best ara ara.
Everyone in sequence, give your best ara ara. I'll start.
Oh, we're actually doing this. Okay.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
That was good. That was good.
Excuse me, I was unfamiliar with your game.
So much for doing it in order.
I know. We was like, whoa, that was a good
Okay. Naho, please dictate the order.
I would assume it's the order everyone joined in, so Mr. Morsain, you'd be next.
Oh god. I can do a male one, sadly.
Yay!
Daddy voice.
Daddy voice.
Like I can't do a better one. I was in the middle of a fucking shit. Ah, no, okay.
No, it was good. It was good.
I can do a better one.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Don't tell the people in the sanctum that I did that here. They will crucify me.
I mean,
okay, Lordy.
Unless they're still here, they won't know.
How would
Okay,
they
they're
know?
not commenting. We are safe.
Yay. Okay. God damn. Man. What?
Oh.
All right, Wild, you're the last one.
Oh goodness, I actually got to do it. All right. Ada.
That's not bad.
Oh Jesus.
All right. Thank you, everybody,
had
for
to use
joining
this
us tonight. Hopefully, we'll see you all next week, same time, same place. I'm going to send you all over to Phoenicia, who is a friend of the stream. She's currently doing art. So,
Hell yeah.
until next time, may your stories grow ever more interesting. And farewell.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah.